equipping you to think well about culture and create conversations that lead to wisdom. This is the THINQ Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of THINQ Podcast. I'm your host, Gabe Lyons, and today you're going to hear from a true innovator who's created a cultural good that's addressing probably the most controversial issue of our time. In this space of discussing abortion, being pro-life, trying to engage that topic in ways that are winsome and creative, but also bold and courageous, you're going to meet a woman who has decided to take this issue on and not just talk about it, but actually create a cultural good to address it, to give people a new option. Sarah Gabel Seifert. She's the founder of EveryLife. Perhaps you've heard about it. It's a pro-life baby care brand that's making incredible waves by offering high-quality products, but with a purpose. So I want to invite you to listen into a story that I know is going to be inspiring to you of someone who saw a need, who said, I'm going to go create something in this culture. I'm not just going to condemn the culture or critique it like Andy Crouch has so famously talked about. I'm going to change culture by creating culture. And now you're going to see what kind of results have come from somebody faithfully taking that chance, taking that risk, creating a product with excellence, and how the world's responding. Let's listen in now. Well, Sarah Gabel, in our cultural moment, obviously this topic has been so divisive, talked about almost every day in the news, social media. I'm curious for you, what drove you to start this? What was the motivation?
Sure. So the life issue really shouldn't be controversial. We know scientifically and biblically that life begins at the moment of conception. Eye color, hair color, gender, unique chromosomes. This is a unique, miraculous life. And the reality is that we have an enemy that's out there trying to still kill and destroy and wanting to distort the truth. And they're telling young people today that this is a clump of cells, that this human being is going to ruin your dreams. And that couldn't be further from the truth. And so one of the reasons that we felt so compelled to start EveryLife is because we want to shift culture. Because being a parent is the greatest gift in the world. It is the most fun job you could ever embark upon. I am so proud to be a parent. I'm better because of it. I'm stronger because of it. My child, my daughter, gives me more joy. She makes me stronger. She makes me kinder. Yeah. And so we're trying to shed that message to this next generation because we know it's important. The other reason that we started EveryLife is because we learned, unfortunately, that every single major diaper company on the market today is supporting abortion either vocally or financially. Can you believe that? Huggies, Hello Bello, Pampers, Coterie, Honest, the list goes on and on. They are paying for their employees to go travel to get abortions. They're supporting Planned Parenthood. When Roe v. Wade was overturned, some were literally lamenting on social media over the fact that it was overturned. This is a serious cultural problem. And so we said, let's not sit on the sidelines and complain. Let's create the hopeful solution, and we did. So now EveryLife is the fastest growing diaper company in America today, and we are just getting started.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? And what I love about this, Sarah Gabel, is you didn't just create a diaper. I mean, that was a great idea, but you said, we're going to actually create something with excellence. Like, this product really stands out when you compare it to all the brands that most people have already heard of. Tell us a little bit about the excellence, the quality, the design, like why you did that, and give us a little more detail on what that looks like for your company.
Yeah, so my husband and I said that if this was not going to be a product that we would put on our own child, then it wasn't going to be something that we were going to share with the public. So we spent a lot of time crafting this diaper and this wipe to be the cleanest of the clean ingredients. So there's no fragrances, there's no dyes, there's no phthalates, there's no parabens, there's no lotions, there's no toxic chemicals in there that can actually be very harmful for a baby and their development. We also have an incredible wipe that is high performing, it's premium, it's thick, it's soft, it's 99% water, it's 100% plastic free. And these things are very important for parents. If you're a parent in the room, you want to give your baby the best because they deserve the best, and they have very delicate skin. And so it's important that you're putting clean ingredients on your child. And I think it's really important to note too that as a believer, as a Christian, we all need to be doing things with excellence. Yeah. And so I wanted to make sure that we were going to lead with our unapologetically pro-life values, but we were not going to compromise on the quality of our products.
Well, it's such a great story to see that took a lot of investment, took more time, took took a lot of capital to raise, but then in this moment to see it being the fastest growing diaper, it stands out. It's not just going to be a blip on the radar. This is going to be a company we're going to be paying attention to for a long time. I want to speak a little bit to the fertility crisis because this gets into where we're at in the life issue in babies. We've seen an incredible decline in fertility, people's ability to have children. Speak a little bit to what you know about what's happening on that trend.
Sure. So the birth rate today, if you're unaware, it's at 1.62 babies per woman. In order for us to have a healthy, sustaining, healthy future for our nation, we need that replacement rate to be at 2.1 babies per woman. So again, we're at 1.62, historical low. For reference, in the 1950s, it was at 3.4 babies per woman. So this is telling us a story that we have a culture at the core that is very anti-family and anti-life. And 44% of young people today in their childbearing years are actually considering not having children at all today. 23% are saying that they don't want to have children because they're concerns of climate control and this overpopulation ideology that is completely full of lies. We actually need more children in this world, not less. This is why we did this campaign that you guys saw the video on, and it went completely viral because this was a powerful message. We took Elon Musk's tweet. That's true. He said, having children is saving the world. We believe that at EveryLife. We took his tweet, we put it up on a massive billboard in Times Square with a simple, powerful statement that said, make more babies. Elon Musk himself actually retweeted this and said, I endorse this message. And it got us into the mainstream and it got people thinking and talking about where we stand right now in history and the fact that children are our legacy. They're a gift. They're a blessing. They need to be celebrated. They need to be championed. And so we're working really hard to shift people's minds. And if you're in the room right now, and I actually feel compelled to say this to this group, if you're believing a lie that you can't have a child and pursue your dreams, it's not true. It's not true at all.
Not true. That's right.
Having a child gives you bigger dreams and better dreams. There's nothing better than finding Jesus, getting married, and having babies.
Yeah, amen to that. There's a great book by Brad Wilcox called Get Married that came out this year where he talks about all the social science showing when people get married and when they get married younger, their happiness goes up, their economic opportunity goes up. And we are being fed a bit of a lie here, and you've grown up in this lie that says, I need to go pursue my career, I need to become successful, I need to figure out how to make everything happen, and then I'll get married. And we actually skip through, in some ways, the most fertile years historically for women to conceive. And so this crisis is something I think the church is going to have to take on. The family is the institution that God put at the center. I mean, when we build culture, it starts with the family. And so bringing that back into the conversation is going to be really important. I'm Gabe Lyons, president of THINQ, and I want to invite you to join us for our first ever THINQ Summit 2025, coming to Nashville, October 2nd to 4th. For 20 years, we've been creating spaces for leaders to come together, but we've never created a space like this. The amount of interaction, the amount of experiences, the keynote talks, the workshops, the skills you're going to learn, the new friends you're going to walk out of the room with is just going to be second to none. And so as you're making your plans for 2025, put on your calendar now, Thursday, October 2nd through Saturday, October 4th. Go to our website at thinkmedia.com/summit and learn all about the ways you're going to learn and interact with so many different leaders from around this nation. Culture changes when leaders from different channels of culture come together in common purpose. We've designed this summit as a space that's not just about content, but it's about relationships. It's about meeting other leaders that will inspire you, encourage you, and ultimately create culture together. Join us in October 2nd to 4th for THINQ Summit 2025. Learn more at thinkmedia.com/summit. Speaking of family, your husband's an incredible entrepreneur, very successful. I mean, you're a couple that you're committed to your kids. You're leading a company. I think a lot of people have that question. Okay, how do you do all of this? How do you carry out this mission, but also maintain being a wonderful wife and mom and a good friend? I know friends of yours who speak so highly of you, of the commitment you guys have to community and relationship.
Yeah. Honestly, God's grace. I think when my husband and I got married, we said we're going to radically follow Jesus at all costs. And I actually have a holy fear, and I think we all should, of saying no to Jesus. And I never want to be a person when I look back when I'm at the end of my life and saying, man, I didn't say yes to him with all of my heart, mind, and soul. And because we've chosen to take that path, it's taken us down different routes that we could have never imagined or dreamed of, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And we're a family on mission. My daughter comes with me literally on every single trip that I go on. She's been on 70 plus flights and she's 2 years old. And I do that because I care so deeply about being a present mom as much as I can. And I'm so blessed and so grateful to have an incredible support system and family around me that allows me to do that.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't do it without the yes in my heart to follow the Lord. And I'm so deeply committed to that without my husband and us doing it together as a team.
Yeah.
And my family that supports me.
And I think that's important to say too. Like, it takes both spouses. I mean, Michael's commitment to understanding you have this calling and doing what he needs to do to support that. And I know you do the same for him. And that kind of mutual submission and mutual marriage is a beautiful picture to the world. Let's talk a little bit more about EveryLife. I think a lot of people probably hearing about it for the first time. Maybe they missed the ad campaign in Times Square or Elon Musk tweet. Share with us how they could get connected to EveryLife, and you're doing some really innovative things where people that may not even have children can get involved in this movement and help other moms who maybe can't afford diapers.
Sure. So if you're a mom or a dad in the room, we'd love for you to try out our product. We actually have what's called the Changing Lives Club. So if you subscribe, you'll get a discount and you'll get our diapers shipped right to your door every single month. And on the third month of being a subscriber, you actually get the opportunity to change lives with us by choosing a local pregnancy center or a church in your neighborhood where we will actually pay for diapers to go and be delivered to on the third month, which is really cool. We'd love for you to join us in that. You also get connected to a Facebook group of like-minded parents that also share your values, which is a really special group. And we'd love for you to join us. We also have what's called a Buy for a Cause program. And this allows anybody who maybe doesn't have a baby in diapers but loves what you're hearing and wants to help us really, again, impact lives. You can purchase a whole month's supply of diapers and know with the blessed assurance that that bundle is going to go directly to a pregnancy resource center that's facing urgent needs. They actually give those diapers to moms and dads that have chosen life for their babies. I actually used to work at a pregnancy resource center a couple years back, and I talked to a lot of women considering abortion. And I can tell you that if they know they have love, support, and care, and the practical resources like diapers and wipes, it actually can be the difference between life or death for an unborn baby. So that donation goes so much further than you know. We've already had the opportunity of giving away over 3 million diapers and over 2.5 million wipes, and we've only been a company for a little over a year. And again, I said this earlier, but we're just getting started.
Yeah.
I'll mention one more thing. If you're a church or if you work at a pregnancy center or you're a part of a nonprofit, we want to figure out how to work with you and do diaper drive initiatives with you and get our product into the hands of your churches and your ministries because we know that that is so important too.
Well, Sarah, thank you for your faithfulness, your courage, your creativity, innovation. It's so fun to see how God's using that to change the conversation and to give all of us ways to creatively participate in this issue and in a cultural moment that requires it. So thank you for being with us. Let's thank Sarah Gabel Seifert.
Thank you.
Sarah reminds us that innovation and conviction do go hand in hand, don't they? And I hope you enjoyed that conversation. I want to encourage you, go watch it. You'll see some of the videos. You'll get to see some of the visuals of this brand. Everybody I know that's having a child right now is going to buy this product, not only because of the message, the fact that you know that you're not supporting groups that are supporting abortion, but the quality is great. And this is such a good example of the kinds of cultural goods we have to create. They have to be the best. They have to be beautiful. They have to be good. They have to be, in this case, non-toxic, right? Leading to health of a child and to a mom. And so I hope you'll take a moment to go watch this talk. You can watch that on our THINQ Media app on your smart TV. You can also get it on your phone. You can go to our website. But utilize this as a way to inspire people that the way we change culture is by creating culture. It's such a perfect example of that. And look in the show notes to go learn more about the mission of EveryLife. You can also create your free THINQ Media account that allows you to watch this talk. And let's just keep making these stories. Let's keep following the opportunities God puts in front of our paths to create culture that engages the world in ways that they might not ever understand if you don't take on that mission and take on the project that God's put in front of you.